Hey guys, welcome to another recap of Dancing with the Stars. It was a good episode tonight. I really enjoyed it. Let's begin right away. Ingo and Kim, they started off with a quick step. And I have to say it was a great improvement from last week. And he wasn't doing any watered down choreography. This was not a beginner routine. It wasn't perfect, but it was definitely much better than last week, even though he got the same score as last week. Even though the judges told him he was improved, they still give him the same score, so it's kind of weird. 40 total. He got a 20 this week and obviously a 20 last week. Dorothy and Tristan up next with their jive. She's injured. I had a feeling this was going to happen because she's an older lady athlete. The problems are starting. She has something on her butt. Her ankles are weak. She was wearing flats to do the actual performance. The heels were making her ankle too unstable. Maybe she should have tried ice skates. I don't know. Or ice skate boots. I mean, she could have taken the blades off. Just a suggestion. This wasn't good. But she didn't make excuses, and I really appreciated that about her. She wasn't all like, oh, I'm injured, this sucks, like some of the other people. Will get to them. So I can appreciate that. I thought the judges were pretty harsh, though. They gave her a 15 this week, which means 36 total for them. Jacoby and Karina up next. Why isn't he just turning out to be lovely? They had a jazz routine, and yes, I'm not happy about having non-ballroom dances still. So I'll just say that right now. But this number was totally fun. It kind of reminded me of the Make 'em Laugh number from Singin' in the Rain, Gene Kelly and Donald O'Connor. It was a lot of fun. They got a 23, so that means they got a 40 total for both weeks. Victor and Lindsay, they were supposed to do a jive, and they did do a jive, but he wanted to quit at the beginning of this week, and I felt bad, and obviously he felt bad for Lindsay, so he decided that he was gonna, you know, stick it out for her. The routine wasn't horrible. I mean, it wasn't great either, but he did make a good effort, I thought. So 18 this week, 18 last week, 36 for him and her. Winona and Tony, they had a quick step. And that girl, she was not built for a quick step. So they had to fluff up her boobs and put them on display to detract from everything. It was not good. She made Susan Lucci, the world's oldest dancing grandma, look like the Roadrunner. It was not good. And I was very surprised that the judges were overly kind to her and gave her an 18. 18 this week, 18 last week, 36 total for them. I totally don't think they deserve that. Zendaya and Val, they had a jive. And what can we say besides this was freaking absolutely fantastic, the best one of the night. 26 this week, whatever last week adds up to a 50. I guess 24, right? All right, she was definitely my favorite tonight. It was really good. She looked so polished. It was great. Andy and Sharna, they had a jazz to Lady Gaga's Poker Face. Very good, surprisingly good. Actually, I shouldn't be surprised because he's going balls to the wall. I could make a joke there, but I won't. It was a tea party theme, you know, like Mad Hatter-ish. It was fun with a capital F, capital U, capital N. It was a laugh and a half, and the judges really appreciated it, so they ended up with a 20, so 37 total. They were all like, ooh, big improvement from last week. You know what? He was pretty good last week. Sean and Peta had a jive this week. He's still stiff, you know? But it was a high-energy performance, and he definitely kept up with Peta, so I guess I gotta give him some credit. They ended up with a 20, so a 39 total. Now, Allie and Mark, they had a quick step, and she was all robot last week, and I really didn't enjoy her performance as much as the judges did last week, but this week, big improvement for her. not so much in the dancing, just in the attitude, that she can just relax a little bit and cut loose, and because that's what dancing's all about. It's about expressing yourself, and if you can't get past that robotic stage, it's not good. Like Lisa. Well, we'll get there. First, they got a 24, so that's 45 for both weeks. Now, Lisa and Gleb, they had a jive. And she's a great person on her show, but that dance was stiff. She can't cut loose. She needs the boombox. Is it just because she's old or too proper or British? I don't know, but they ended up with an 18. Same as last week, so 36 total for them. I think the judges were a little bit kind. DL and Cheryl, they had a quick step. He had a rough week. He was kind of a douchey excuse maker and gave Cheryl a hard time, but then they made up the next day. I can't stand excuse makers. I mean, you signed up for the show, now do it. Don't be like, oh, this is so hard. I feel bad for me. No, you do your job. You're getting paid. All right, so actually, his routine with Cheryl was a huge improvement from last week. He's still stiff, but it's still a huge improvement. And I thought the judges were kind of harsh. They gave them a 16, which is 2 points less than Winona got. Yeah. So 28 total for them. I think he got a raw deal. Closing the show was Kelly and Derek. And they had a little jazz number that was totally hot. Very hot. She had bad hair again, unfortunately. But she just did great. I mean, she pulled in some old cheerleader moves. It was fun, but it still doesn't make me want to see non-ballroom dances, so sorry, kids. They got a 26, so 47 for both weeks. It's going to be exciting tomorrow. I have no idea who's going to go home. It's probably going to be DL. I'm going to go out on a limb and say DL, or maybe Victor. I'm not sure. I don't know what their audience is like. I'll get a better idea after we have the first vote tomorrow. Tomorrow the stars will be Josh Groban, what? And Icona Pop. It's probably totally the wrong way that I said that, but I don't really know that person or band or whatever they are. So I guess I'll find out tomorrow. So until then, please let me know in the comments who you think is going home, and I'd love to know who your favorite of the night was as well. So till tomorrow, much love.